Hi, I'm Kat, and this is today's tarot. I hope you all had a nice weekend. I was at a fair at the Mountain Harvest Festival up in Paonia, selling some of my astrological inspired orbs and just connecting with people in the community, which was really nice. So I am back now with some tarot readings for you guys. The opening card that we have for today is the Page of Pentacles. So this is a Virgo and Mercury based energy. So it's us looking at the parts, looking at that which we value, looking at our income streams, and what practical matters we really need to tend to. So we're opening up this week, kind of looking at preparing for the winter time, pulling our resources in, pulling our time in, and looking at which practical matters we actually need to face and move forward with. So we're examining things in some level, in some way. Now, the challenge that we had that came in for today is the Six of Wands. So because this is showing up as a challenge, consider that the Six of Wands, while it's usually a pretty positive card, it's like moving forward based on past victories, showing up as a challenge may be revealing that there's something we want to move forward with that we're not quite sure how we're going to approach it or what we're going to do about it. And it could be in this realm of practical matters and what we need to be tending to possibly prepare for winter or this next season or this next time that we're coming upon. So we're having some difficulty with preparing things. Even though we've seen in our own past that we've been able to get through these things, there's something that's challenging to us in some way or another. Now, the way that we're going to get through that challenge is, coincidentally enough, the Judgment card. So this is a major arcana, which means that it is a card that is speaking to some big life lesson that we're dealing with today. So we're learning how to see things in a new way, and what we're seeing and realizing is really opening for us. It's something that we can't actually turn back from. Now, the Judgment card is ruled by Pluto energy, and coincidentally enough, today we have Pluto and Mercury, which rules Virgo, in a square relationship. So we have this challenge around transformation and what we see that we need to move toward around some kind of practical matter in our lives that we possibly are seeing. And it's because Mercury is all about how we see things and describe things and look at things. We may be looking at things in a negative light, or we may actually be seeing something with such such clarity that we're like, oh, aha, we can't go back from this place, because these three figures are coming out of the darkness. It's like we're realizing something that was unseen to us before, and there's no turning back from that, because Pluto ultimately is a very transformative energy in our lives, and it's an energy that's of like Plutonian force, right? You can't go back once you have a nuclear explosion to what happened before. The butterfly can't go back to being the caterpillar. Once these big transformations happen in our life, we have to really embrace it. Now, consider that last year in 2020, when we had this big shift globally, we were also having a major stellium, or major grouping of planets that were conjunct in one sign, and that sign is Capricorn, and that's where Pluto is right now. It's the slowest moving planet, so it is still sitting in that space, whereas all of the other planets have moved on from that space, and it has been bringing this transformative change to this area in our lives, wherever Capricorn is sitting in our chart and wherever that is affecting us in our lives. But it is ultimately affecting us all on a very global scale. So what we are realizing, what we're seeing, is causing a transformation in our life, and this is ultimately where we're all at. And so that's the way we're going to get through this challenge that looks at like, well, how do I move forward? Well, consider the changes that have been happening and the transformations that have brought you such awareness that you have to respond to it. It's like, aha, but it's also hearing your call of where you feel your heart is guided to go and where you feel your energy is guided to go in this life, because you see these figures are being called out of these dark places by this angel. And so it's as if this change has really been calling us to show up in a new way and realizing that ultimately it's time. So the ultimate energy of today we have is the King of Pentacles. Now, this card is associated with Taurian energy, which is, interestingly enough, where Uranus has been sitting for the last couple of years, causing lots of big change as well, but unexpected change, and in the place of Taurus in our natal chart. So we've been going through a lot of different transformations in our lives, all of us on a very global scale, but it's important for us to also put our attention where we have our values and how to take care of ourselves, because this energy of Taurus is all related to the body. Taurus is also ruled by the throat. So if there are things that you need to say and conversations that you need to say, it's just even to put things on the table. If you feel called to do that, it is a good time, because Uranus is sextile to the moon tomorrow. So we have this interesting conversation that could be coming through in unexpected ways that can be quite enlightening to us and can be helpful for our own emotional being as well, despite all of the changes and transformations that we are going through. So it is for the better. I hope you know that. It's just about how we want to steer our ship through it all, and if we take care of ourselves and what matters we need to do to take care of ourselves, what routines we need to adjust, and what practical matters we need to tend to. So that is our tarot reading for the day. I hope you all have a beautiful Monday, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Mwah.